This was Mario Maker 2's lowest clear rate level, and before I beat it, only one person completed it out of a collective 195,000 attempts from players. The setup of this level is very similar to the previous lowest clear rate level I beat, in that the beginning part looks like a standard speedrun level, so I'll speed this part up. But about midway through, the level starts having incredibly precise tricks where most players would likely give up. I also didn't have a clear video for this level, so I had to play this really long section over and over again while figuring out how to do each part later in the level. And it took me 15 hours of trial and error to complete it. So for the first really hard part of this level, I had to do these sloped shell jumps, which are incredibly precise. At first, I was doing one of them successfully 1 in every 3 attempts, and you have to do 11 of them in this level. So if you do the math, you'll find that beating this level is a waste of time. So I beat it anyway. Here, I have to do a triple jump, but I can't do it while holding an item. So I drop the POW midair to fit in a double jump and re-grab the POW, and I re-grab the POW again, and then shell jump off the slope. Now for this trick, I do another triple jump, so I drop the shell midair to get the third jump and do a shell jump. Here, I jump as soon as I control Mario and precisely jump off the edge of this block to enter the door. I throw the shell to release the spring I can bounce on, and by setting up a triple jump here, it allows me to stop on the edge of this block and avoid the icicle. I throw this spring so it releases a P-switch, and I jump off it midair and make it up top. And now I destroy the thwomp with the POW and use the spring and bounce up into a bumper. And in this part, I kick the shell to bounce off of, wall jump to jump off it again, and I use the bumper and get a ton of momentum in the claw and spin jump up to the key door. In this section, I throw POWs at the thwomps and clear the path while making precise jumps, and I do a sloped shell jump to enter the pipe. So this final section is the hardest part of the level, so here's all the ways you could mess up. You have a single frame to turn left and look at the boost so it stops moving. If you hold left too long, you'll die from the spikes. If you don't hold left at all, the boot activates a P-switch and the axe is blocked off. And still, there's one more jump where if you jump too high, you'll die from the saw. But if you do everything correctly, it looks like this. And that's how I became the second person to beat the lowest clear rate level in the game. So if you've seen my previous videos, you know that for big achievements, I like to celebrate them by putting something that symbolizes my achievement on my wall. A while ago, I announced that we were racing this channel Clap Clap Baby Nursery Rhymes to 500,000 subscribers, and I'm very happy to say that last week we finally beat them. Unfortunately, I don't think it's legal to put a baby on my wall, so instead, to celebrate 500k, I thought I'd show a quick compilation of my 5 favorite things I put on my wall. Some of you may be wondering how I was able to pull off all these tricks and beat the level, and it's just because I have a really epic gaming chair. So I put my gaming chair on my wall. And since this level used a bunch of trampolines, I put a trampoline on my wall. Since there were so many POW blocks in this level, I put a POW block on my wall. Since this level has so many fireballs, I thought I'd put a fire on my wall. You might have missed it, but there was a single firework in this level, so I put a firework on my wall. Now that we have 500k, we are now LilKirbs.